Hello everybody that's watching this. Just wanted to make a quick video to show the bag. It's more or less for a friend of mine that wanted an idea of what I carried and how I carry it. And he just wanted to see the contents and how I do things. So this is my everyday carry bag. It is a 5'11" moab6. And as you can see, it's a single sling backpack. You know, you just sling it across your shoulder this way and it stays on your back. So far, it's been a very durable bag. It's held up to everything that I do here in Alaska. I haven't had any issues with it. It goes with me everywhere I go, every day. So I'm just going to kind of show what I have in the bag, on the bag, around the bag, and give you an idea of what I carry. So on the outside of the bag, first we have this little pocket here, which we'll get into the contents of that in a minute. But going around the bag first, I have my Zoleo GPS locator that I carry with me everywhere. Living where I live at in Alaska, if you get more than 20 miles away from town, your cell phone service is no more. So the only way you're going to communicate with somebody is if you have a satellite communicator. Now this will Bluetooth to my phone and allow me to text message on my phone, but instead of using the cellular network, it goes through the GPS satellite network. It don't even need a phone because you can push this button right here and it will send a message to people to let them know, hey, I'm okay. This is my coordinates. This is where I'm at. And it also has a button you can flip up here and you press that and it'll send an SOS signal, not only to the people that you select, but also to the Geos police or the global police, I guess, so they can set up a rescue with you with the local ranger service or whoever they need to call. So I always have this with me. Under it, I have a knife that I always carry on the outside. It's not a very expensive knife, but it gets the job done. And you just push on the back right here. There's a little flap. If you push on that, the knife will come loose. And it's just something to help me do a little whittling, cutting whatever I need to cut. It's got a glass breaker on the back and a bottle opener right here. Just comes in handy for several different reasons. Always good to have a knife with you, which I normally carry 3 or 4 knives as it is. Keep on going around the bag. You have not only that, I always carry my car keys on a carabiner right here so I don't lose them. And I actually have a full-size real load-bearing carabiner that I keep on the handle. So when I go out to like the grocery store or anything like that, and I'm walking around, I will put this in my grocery cart and then I will connect it to the cart so somebody can't just walk by and grab it. You don't want nobody to carry your stuff off. Then on the back, I've added a IFAK kit, which just a medical first aid kit. You can look it up. It's through AR500 Armor. There's plenty of videos on them. I'm not going to go too in depth in detail, but it's got the scissors. I've added a tourniquet to it. It's got all different kinds of wound treatment stuff that I've put in there myself along with what was in there. I don't have to take this pouch off the bag. I grab this red handle and I can just rip it away from the bag so the actual platform of the carrier stays connected to your bag. But the actual bag itself, you can rip it off and hand it off to somebody else if you need to. You know, it's got the trauma scissors connected with it. It's got the sucking chest wound. It's got the blood, what do they call that? You know, the stuff for when you're bleeding, the anti-bleed material that you can put on. I forget the name of it. And also going around the bag, you have this pouch, which I've added on there as well. It's supposed to be a bottle holder. that you can unzip right here and extend it and make it longer. But I normally just carry some other things, like I have some Tylenol in there, some Visine as well, if I can get it to stand up on this top. Anyway, and what else do I have? Oh, I have an extra USB charger plug in there. Just little odds and ends that I throw in there. And a lot of times when I'm leaving for work in the morning, I'll take one of my Red Bulls and I'll set it down in there as well, just so I don't have to carry it when it's cold. Sometimes, you know, when it's like 40 below out here, the last thing you want to do is be carrying an aluminum can. Okay, going around the rest of the outside back to the other end that we started with, there is a little pouch on that's connected to the bag. And in this pouch, it has a Velcro on it on the outside where you can put your own morale stickers. Inside it, I normally keep an extra pair of rubber gloves, an emergency poncho, and a space blanket, an emergency blanket. You never know in Alaska, having as much stuff as you can with you that might get you through, because I'm talking when it's cold here, it gets bitter cold and it's not good for you. And if you're out in your car and you break down the side of the road, it could be just a matter of minutes where you actually freeze to death. And if you've never been to Alaska and you don't know what I'm talking about, I can never explain it to you. 40 below is a very scary thing. And also in this pocket, I keep a lighter in there. You'll see quite a few of those. I believe in redundancy, and that's what I keep in this pouch right here. On the back of the bag, there is another zipper pouch right here. As you can see, it just zips up. I normally keep a pair of gloves and a beanie cap in there, just extra. You never know if you're going to get out somewhere and in a hurry, getting gas or whatever, you know, you just need to throw on a beanie cap just to keep your head warm and some gloves to keep your hands warm, because it does get pretty cold here, like I said. So I keep those in that bag. Okay, moving on to the next compartment here. There's a zipper pocket on the top. Let's see if I can do this without knocking everything over. There is a zipper pocket on top. It's not very deep, but inside there I keep a headlamp. I have an extra ID badge for work. I keep another lighter, some Burt's Bees, because you never know. Chapstick comes in handy up here. I keep a pair of nail clippers. I have a lanyard that goes with my extra ID badge in case I need it. And I have the extra ink cartridges to my pens, which we'll get to in a second. So I'm trying to keep this packed as we go along, so bear with me just a second. Get all this put back in there. And it's just a little top pouch. There's not a whole lot of room, but you can throw some little things in there. So that's what I keep in that one. Okay. Now, there's also two pouches on this side. You have this front zipper pouch, and you have a back zipper pouch behind it. And there's also a slot in here where you can hide a concealed handgun if you choose. I work in the hospital, so I normally don't carry a gun into the hospital with me. So starting with the pouch that's closest to the back. Gonna unzip it. And I keep a variety of things in here. My medication, my different blood pressure medicines that I carry with me. I just carry them it makes it easier to carry to work with me, so I just take them with me. We'll set those over here. I keep another medicine container in here that's, the lid's the opposite direction, so I don't think it's pills. but it's full of cotton balls and Vaseline, which is good in aiding you start a fire if you need to. So there's always that to help as tinder when starting a fire. Getting lost in Alaska is very easy to do. There's lots of land here. So I always carry a roll of ribbon with me so I can make a trail if I need to. I can just tear off a little piece, pull it out, make a ribbon around a tree, and then as I go down maybe another 100 yards, I can leave another one, 50 yards, whatever. Just create a trail for yourself so you don't get lost. Okay, and inside here there is a mesh pocket. I know it's kind of hard to see, but there's a mesh pocket in here, and underneath it is another pocket that zips open and shut. Inside that bottom pocket is normally where I keep this. I don't have much in there at the time because I'd already taken it out. In this mesh pocket, I keep a little boo-boo kit, just in case there's cuts or splinters. So I keep a book of matches in there for fire redundancy, of course. And then I have a tube of super glue. And I have a little first aid pouch that I carry with me that just has like Band-Aids and gauze strips, things like that. Just for little boo-boos. Neosporin, it has some hand warmers in there. I have another emergency blanket in there. Wipes, Band-Aids, just things like that for little boo-boos. So that's normally what I carry in there. I also have another roll of medical tape in there. And I keep, of course, always with the fire. So I've got another lighter that I keep in there in case I need it. And that does that for that little pouch on the back. So we'll load this stuff back in there. And move on to the other pocket. Okay, the other pocket inside here is a drawstring bag, so you can put things in there, cinch it up, and it becomes essentially water resistant. But the things that I carry in there, they stick out the top. So it'll sit like this. You can kind of see in there how I've got it. So inside here, I keep a life straw for filtering water. I normally don't carry a lot of water with me. Everybody's always like, oh, you have to carry water, you have to carry water. Well, if you carry water with you in Alaska, 9 times out of 10, it's going to freeze up like a block of ice, and you're not going to be able to drink it anyway. So it's easier to either get snow and melt it, or anywhere in Alaska, you're not very far, I'd say within a mile of a stream or a creek, some water source. And just being able to filter it is key. So I do that instead of just carrying water with me. So I keep the life straw with me at all times. I also have some glow sticks for lighting purposes. You never know when you might need them for markers to help signal a plane. You might just need them to see in the dark, whatever it is. I also carry a roll of 550 cord. This is only about 50 feet of it, but it is 550 cord. And it could come in handy for a number of different things as far as making a snare, tying up equipment, helping you build a shelter, whatever you need to do. It's always good to have some cordage with you. I also carry a few zip ties, because zip ties can help you connect things together as well, bind things up. You can use it for connecting wood, lots of different purposes for zip ties, just to help you with a third hand if you need it. You know, if you need to tuck some wires up somewhere or anything like that. So I always carry that. Then I also have a survival kit in a can that I carry. I just picked this up at the surplus store. I didn't figure it would hurt any to have it. It has a bunch of different items in it and it's all stored in one little can. So if anything else goes wrong here, I can always open this and probably find something I need. There's a few of my blood pressure pills where I loose in there where I spilled them a while back. I also keep a handheld saw. It's not a very good one, but it does work. I've used it. And anytime you need to cut some little branches to help you get a fire started or anything, this will do the trick. You know, just a little folding saw. So I always carry one of those with me. Also, once again, another lighter. This one is one of the longer stick lighters. So I always have one of those with me as well. And I keep some other more emergency hand warmers in here. That's backup. I have a roll of duct tape that I just rolled up, stuck in there, took the spool out of it, and just rolled up probably about 8 feet of duct tape that I carry. I also have it's kind of a brace that you can slide your arm on, but the material that it's made out of, I always carry it because it'd be good for cleaning your sunglasses with or anything like that. So you never know when it would come in handy. Maybe for a brace, just for a sprained ankle or an elbow that's been boo-booed up a little bit or anything like that. So I always carry that as well. I also have a sewing kit. This is a military sewing kit. It's got all the thread, it's got needles, everything you need to sew up any kind of clothing, boo-boo tear, it's gonna take care of. And I have an extra toothbrush. And in the front pockets where I have the toothpaste, actually it's at my work. I have an extra tube. I took it out and used it at work the other day. So I have a toothbrush at work too, but I always keep a toothbrush in this bag as well. So that's it for that pocket. So I'm gonna see if I can get everything loaded back in here, and we will move on to the next pocket. So I just keep everything kind of standing up in this pocket. It's kind of hard to see. I don't have the right equipment that I needed to make this video with me. I didn't have my stand for my phone or anything, so been a remodeling type of day. So, but I keep all this in here in this pocket on the inside. Like so, and I'm going to put my medicine back in here. I normally zip that up, and that's the main, I use that pocket every day when I go to work, just to, when I check my blood pressure at work, I always keep my medicine with me in case I need it, so I keep it tucked down in this pocket. I don't always need it, but it's nice to have it if I do. And like I said, this lid is separate. This lid is separate because of the Vaseline and cotton balls that are in there, so I do it separately. Moving on to the front pocket, it's kind of like an admin pocket. If I can get this webbing back here. Okay. And this pocket here, it has a couple of different pockets inside. Over here, there's a couple of pockets, and back here, there's some more mesh pockets. I normally keep a whistle, a couple of whistles actually, and I have a flashlight, one of the ones you wind up. You can never have too many different types of light. I keep a multi-tool, but I've always got one in my pocket anyway. I never go anywhere without it. I have my battery bank, just an extra way to charge stuff. I keep a right in the rain pad in here. You know, you never know when you have to make notes or leave a note for somebody. You just never know. I also have a series of ink pens, and these pens were given to me by a friend of mine. They're not only pens, they have a flashlight built into them. It has a ruler on the side of it. It has a bottle opener, a level. They do everything, and they even write. That's why I always carry that extra ink cartridge that goes to this set of pens. This one is another one that comes in that set. It actually has a stylus on the end of it, or you can pull this off, and it has screwdriver bits that go in there. It also has a ruler on it. It's a very neat little set to have. On top of that, I always carry a couple of these little battery banks just to give me a quick charge. And of course, there is, you want to care to guess what's in this pocket? If I can get my fat finger down in there and pull it out, I have another lighter. So, I always keep that in there, and I also have a small multi-tool that I keep in there. You know, I normally carry that with me for when I go fishing or whatever, so I always have a pair of pliers. I also have fishing hooks, fishing line. I have another whistle, a match holder, which I put some extra medication in there, and I also have a compass on the end of it as well. So on this pocket, besides fishing line, fishing hooks, I also have, guess what? Another lighter. I keep another compass in there, and I have another charging block in there. I always try to keep redundancies of everything that I can. Then on the other side of the bag, back here in the molly, I have another little pen light. It's not a very expensive one. It's just one that I can keep on the bag. So if it does fall out or something, I don't have to worry about it. Hey, I just lost a $120 flashlight or whatever. But it gets the job done. So that's basically everything I carry in this bag. And it goes with me everywhere, every day. Now, I'll be making another video shortly to show you the Wolverine bag or the battle belt bag, things that I carry in my car as well. I'm going to make another video outside later and be able to show you what's in the back of my car. My not bug out bag, but more of a battle bag type thing. With all that being said, y'all have a good day, and I hope this gives you some ideas. You know who I'm talking to. Talk to you later. Bye.